while my business was growing, because
And I
she
shared
was a few
my
months ahead of me.
space while she was able to secure a better location, right?
Yeah, I mean, even at one point when we got to the point where we were scaling and we were like, okay, this is doing great. Let's see how far we can take it. It's so funny because we were literally building our new spaces at the same time. And then hers was ready a few months before mine. And so, of course, when you're dealing with contractors, they promise you one thing, but that's not always the case. And so I had a whole month where I had no space because I had already, gotten myself out of my old lease, but my new space wasn't ready. And so even for that month, I was parked in Sarah Aesthetics seeing my patients. And so it's funny because I think in the local market, they really see us as sister medical spas.
They do.
Like, it's very known that way.